is our second bout of the night. Hugo Partida is walking in. He's already in the ring right above us. And right now is Marco Magdaleno climbing through the ropes. That's Hugo Partida from Aguascalientes, Mexico. He is 3-6, a veteran fighter. He's 37 years old. Second fight in the United States. And there you see him, Marco Magdaleno, younger brother of Jesse and Diego. There you see his trainer, Antonio Diaz. Joel Diaz also in that corner. And let's go, our ring announcer, Joe Martinez.
Well, fight fans, we are set to go with our next bout tonight. 4 rounds, this in the lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black trunks trimmed in blue, he weighed officially 133.5 pounds. He enters the ring tonight for the 10th time as a professional. Hailing from Aguascalientes, Mexico, here is Hugo Padilla. And across the ring stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing black, trimmed in gold, he weighed in 134 pounds even. As a young professional, he stands perfect in the ring tonight in 3 bouts, 3 victories, including 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Indio, California, here is the undefeated Perro Grande, Marco Magdaleno. And your referee in charge of the action is Zachary Young.
Your shorts okay? Nothing left to say but good luck, all right?
Referee Zach Young with the instructions to tell of the tape. Doug Fisher for these 2 fighters in the lightweight division.
Magdaleno is 17 years younger at age 23. He is 1 inch taller, and their reach is equal.
Marco Magdaleno from Las Vegas, now training in India, the Coachella Valley with the Diaz brothers. He walked in the ring with a shirt that says "Fighting solves everything." His brother Diego met a kid named Hayden Perry in Las Vegas who's 11 years old, battling cancer, and those shirts are for sale with all the proceeds going to Hayden and the fight for cancer. Hayden, you're in Las Vegas. We know you're watching and you're fighting. We're right there with you. Marco Magdaleno in the black gold trunks, the southpaw. He's 23 years old, 3-0, 2 KOs. He's a fighter, comes from a fighting family, his brother Jesse and Diego. And Marco, the youngest one. All of his fights have been in Southern California, all here at the Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino. 2 KOs. His most recent fight was in March when he stopped Luis Silva in the 3rd round. His opponent, Hugo Alberto Emanuel Padilla from Aguascalientes, Mexico, where Doug once called the fight. Central part of the state.
Beautiful area.
Beto, you mentioned the Magdaleno brothers, Diego and Jesse, who actually at one time all trained under Joel Diaz. Recently, Joel Diaz jettisoned Jesse from the gym, and I asked him earlier, has that caused a rift or been awkward for Marco? And he said, no, it's actually made Marco a little bit happier, more focused. You can read into that what you will.
That's interesting. He's actually looking a little more polished than I've seen him in his previous 3 bouts. And all 3 have taken place right here at Fantasy Springs Casino, so we are very familiar with Marco. But he was known as the Magdaleno brother who wasn't the amateur standout like Diego and Jesse. Wasn't as polished as his brothers. And he made up for it with aggression. He was a crowd-pleasing fighter. But there's a fine line between youthful enthusiasm and being reckless. And obviously, as he progresses, he has to make sure not to cross that line, and I'm sure that's something that Joel Diaz has been working with him.
Magdaleno saying that the difference with him in the last fight is that he's now feeling calm in the ring, that Joel Diaz tells him over and over, calm your blank down.
Yeah.
In the gym, in the ring, overall, that he just needs to be a patient fighter because he has the ability. But that's what we see in a lot of these young kids when they come into the ring. They're no longer amateurs. They just go at it because that amateur style, you only have 2 minutes.
Well, Beto, there's that old saying from John Wooden, be quick but don't be in a hurry. I still remember a couple of years ago a very good young featherweight by the name of Oscar Valdez who will be fighting next week for his first world title. I remember his first 5, 6 to 10 fights. He was shot out of a rocket ship and in many respects did not know how to pace himself. And if you look at him now, even a guy like him who was the 2-time Olympian, Olympian, had to develop a professional pace.
Mentioned that shirt that Magdaleno was wearing when he walked into the ring. Help out his young man, Hayden Perry. Hayden needs your help. Fighting solves everything. Imako is something that the Magdaleno brothers have. Say, I am a knockout, which means you can believe in anything. If you believe in it, you can go and beat it up and get that. And fighting solves everything because they want Hayden to fight. And here's that Instagram post on El Perro Grande. And you can buy those shirts. Go check it out, and the proceeds will help out Hayden and his family.
Right lands to the chest of Padilla. Magdaleno staying on top of his older opponent. Just grazing him with the 1-2 combination, coming back with the right hook to the hip.
Marco Magdaleno, the southpaw, Clark High School graduate in Las Vegas. Now calling India home. And one thing that Joel Diaz has for his younger fighters, Joseph Diamante Aguirre, who we saw recently, he's going to fight in Cancun next weekend. He's actually in the corner, the main sparring partner for Magdaleno. Said that they live in a house owned by Joel Diaz, much like a fraternity house, minus the fraternity antics. They wake up at 5:30. Everybody that lives in that house, they go and they run the sand dunes. They train together. Everybody's up early, working out together. They're a boxing team. That's the way they treat it here in Indio, California.
And Beto, Joel Diaz is a no-nonsense trainer. He really is not a player's coach, and I believe that was one of the issues with Jesse Magdaleno. Quite frankly, he was not fitting in. He was not complying with some of the other team members and the wishes of that man, Joel Diaz. Magdaleno now is being trained by Manuel Robles, and he is in line eventually.
He's supposed to be trained by Manuel Robles. Magdaleno has gone to the gym once.
Yeah, hasn't shown up yet, and he is the WBO 122-pound contender for Nonito Donaire, but we do note he's never actually made that weight.
That's true. That's a debate that we have on the Ring Magazine's rating committee, whether or not to rank this guy at junior featherweight. Everyone says he's a junior featherweight, but he's always weighing like 125, 126.
Not weighing that right now because he is nowhere near fighting shape. But his brother is El Perro Grande, the big dog. The reason he has that nickname, Joel Diaz said, that when he was an amateur, he'd come into the gym with his chest puffed out, shoulders back, kind of like a German Shepherd at attention. He's like, who's this kid? He's only like 5'5", standing like he's 6'5".
Right.
The big dog. And he's like, that's what he is. El Perro Grande, the name is stuck with him. He's here in the second round against 37-year-old Hugo Padilla.
Nice. He backs up his bark, though, particularly with body shots. He's really chopping Padilla down to the hips and the rib cage.
50 seconds to go in the second round, scheduled for 4. Three years he's been with Joel Diaz as an amateur, doing a lot of the amateur competitions, the desert showdowns that they have here in the Coachella. He's actually in this building and around him. And Magdaleno was the younger brother who was, his older brothers told him, don't even box. Why? Go to school. Do something. Use your head instead of your hands. Of course, the younger brothers are not going to listen.
No.
And he's now in the fight game. He hurt Padilla's body with that shot with the right hand. Upstairs, good 1-2 uppercut. Wild swing and a miss from Padilla. More body work from Padilla. From Magdaleno against the body of Padilla. Final seconds of the second, scheduled for 4. Ring TV Live cameras were there with Marco Magdaleno.
I look at my brothers, they're both amazing fighters. They both have different set of skills that I pick from each and from both of them. My brother Diego, fantastic boxer. My brother Jesse, he's a really quick speed, type of fighter. Great boxer as well. And I pick up both a little bit from both from them, and I put it, into my style of fighting, and then I use everything that I have. seeing my brothers where they've been and the places they go and everything, all of that motivates me, and it makes me even more hungrier. And it's not a competition between me and my brothers, but it pushes me beyond the limits because I want to be just as great or try to be better than them.
Getting ready for the third down. Oh, football season around the corner. isn't it,
Training
Steve?
camp is a couple of weeks away, Beto.
Oh, there's a team in LA and there's almost a pro team in Miami with the Hurricanes.
Got to get that stadium fixed. One thing it's interesting about Magdaleno talking about physical condition, I'll be honest with you guys, at 134, you look at the stomach and the abdominal area of Magdaleno, very fleshy tonight, Doug.
Yeah, there's a little bit of flab there. That just could be how his physique is, but it might let us know that maybe he can make 130 pounds. And he would be a very big junior lightweight.
Magdaleno with 8 pro rounds coming into this fight. His opponent, Padilla, had 46 coming into this one. El Aguerrido is Padilla's nickname, the aggressive one. To start showing some of that as Magdaleno's controlling this fight.
Yeah, he's not aggressive against Magdaleno. Magdaleno definitely the aggressor, but what Padilla is durable. I think he's only been stopped once, and that was in the 6th round. So he was chosen by Golden Boy's matchmaker Robert Diaz for a reason, and that is to take Magdaleno rounds.
You're correct, Doug. His only time he was stopped in January in the 6th round. That was a technical decision. Padilla from Aguascalientes, Mexico, is un panadero. He's a bread man. He drives a delivery truck for Bimbo, you know, the bread.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what he does in the morning. 6 a.m. he's at work. Afterwards, he goes to work in the gym, doing his road work, sparring, trying to get some sessions in. So just another way to supplement the income. He's durable.
He's trying, too. He doesn't have the physical strength or the power to really get Magdaleno's attention, much less respect.
He fought in April in Ontario. This is the 2nd time he's been to the United States. Marco Magdaleno trying to open up some eyes. Doesn't have a promoter. He's trying to catch the attention of somebody to sign him. Not matching him up easy. They're going up against guys that are men. Magdaleno is a southpaw. Started boxing at the age of 10. Didn't really start taking it too serious until he was a teenager. In the gym, you're going to like this one, Steve. In Spanish is a word for sparring. But when you really go at it, it's a bad word, so I can't really say it. But it ends with os. And he said, you know, there's plenty of like a butt whipping to say. He said, there's plenty of butt whoopings in that gym because that sparring is so good with the people that Joel Diaz has there. With it used to be Victor Ortiz was in there. Or, you have Magdaleno, you have Aguirre. And he said afterwards, we serve it on a plate to take some home with you because there's plenty of butt whoopings for everybody in that gym. That's how it is in the Diaz gym in Coachella.
Before I end up on Snapchat, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to end up on Snapchat here tonight. It's a simple mistake. I apologize. Thanks, Scotty and Luigi. Appreciate it. Couple of the year right there, ladies and gentlemen. Antonio Orozco, July 30th, and our homie Kid Joseph Jojo Diaz Jr.
You going tight, baby. You're already in the fight.
Right now,
Get inside. Walk him down. Walk his ass down and break him. Hey, he fucking hit you. Pop, pop, pop. Bang, right away.
Magdaleno's getting an earful right now from his corner, but
what do you think he wants him to do?
He's winning these rounds. They want him to overwhelm this guy. They look at Padilla and they say, this guy is no threat. You need to impose yourself. Walk him down, break him down.
Yeah, and that was the Diaz brothers in stereo. Okay, the Wi-Fi was coming in very good, and specifically, they wanted him to go back down to the body like he did in rounds 1 and 2. The body will not move. The head does it. Padilla's actually pretty elusive in his own awkward way up top.
Padilla in the black with the blue. Magdaleno is a southpaw. Marco Antonio Magdaleno, 3-0 with 2 KOs. And at the end of the third round, I'll talk about how there's plenty of butt whippings handed out at that gym. There's an earful.
Yeah.
My goodness, and that's what you expect from Joel Diaz, because he expects perfection from these guys.
Well, it's not just Joel Diaz, it's Antonio Diaz, who was a hell of a junior welterweight
Yes, he
contender.
was.
I don't know, like 15, almost 20 years ago. And I tell you what, they talk about the butt whippings in the gym when the Diaz brothers were all three of them active. Julio and Joel and Antonio, their sparring sessions between themselves were legendary.
Antonio Diaz actually had a pretty notable career. Beat Mickey Ward on HBO, had
Ivan
battles
Robinson.
with Shane Mosley, Ivan Robinson.
Hector Quiros, remember that first
Yeah.
fight? Good Lord.
Very, very honest fighter. Good, solid contender between 140 and 147 for about 6-7 years. In fact, one of the real staples of the boxing scene out here, he used to fight regularly, guys, at the Fantasy Springs when they used to fight out in the parking lot.
That's
long
right.
before this building was
Really?
ever...
He fought Corey Spinks in
Yeah.
the parking lot here. Fought Omar Weiss in the parking lot here.
Oh, we got to get a parking lot show on Ring TV. I mean,
No, thank you.
not in the summer.
We can't wear suits, though.
Either that or a swap meet fight. I mean,
well, I've done that before. And Beto, I still remember the De La Hoya Chavez fight, June of 1996, at Caesar's Palace before they built a hotel over it. It was only about 114 degrees at about 8:30 at night. So trust me, I like the nice air-conditioned buildings.
it's a dry heat.
Yeah.
It's a dry heat. A minute to go in the fight. Marco Magdaleno, he's working. In Spanish, there's a word you say, it's aguanta. Hugo Padilla aguanta. It means he can take it, he can absorb it, he can hang. And this is the reason that they brought him in. 3-6, but he's durable.
Yes, it's a combination of his ability to take a punch, but also his ability to elude a
Yeah.
punch. There's constant upper body movement from him, which is obviously why the Diaz brothers said, tap that body, break him down there.
You're not going to look good against Padilla.
No.
I think tonight what he's gotten is some good work. I thought he showed a better pacing. I think in the past, early on, that Magdaleno's been very frenetic. But again, looking at his body, I do think not only can he get down to 130, I wonder if he could actually make the featherweight level. But again, he is 23 years old. He may grow out of that very soon.
10 seconds to go in the fight. Magdaleno has controlled it from the opening bell. Hugo Padilla has been game. And that'll do it. They go to this 4 rounds. We'll come back with the final decision from Indio on Ring TV Live.
Los cinturones aquí se hacen a un lado. Hay que pelear por honor y por gloria nada más.
Liam's a talent, he'll fight anyone. And we're going to make a big fight for him in the autumn. I think it's the biggest name in that division, and I will make sure it happens. And I believe by the end of the year, he will be the best.
Relentless, Antonio
Body shots landed by Orozco, a 28-year-old. And Acosta just taking a deep breath. Dropped with the left by Orozco. And it is over. A first round stoppage for Antonio. Relentless Orozco.
Jojo Diaz Jr.
Oh, it's getting cooler. Only about 112 now. We started at 115, Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino, Indio, California, about 2 hours east of downtown LA. Waiting on the decision There you see Marco Magdaleno, originally from Las Vegas. Now training in Coachella. Beto Duran, Doug Fisher, and Steve Kim, led by Will Wright tonight. Our ring announcer, the one and only Joe Martinez.
Well, fight fans, after 4 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, and here are the totals. Both Eddie Hernandez and Fritz Warner have it 40-36. Ray Corona has it 39-37. All for your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, El Pero Grande, Marco Magdaleno.
Had to work for it. Marco Magdaleno improves to 4-0.
I thought it was a good performance from him. He was a little more measured than he was the last time we saw him out. I thought he got a little reckless last time. This time, sometimes he rushed himself a little bit. Sometimes he smothered his own punches, but he definitely wasn't reckless in there.
That looks like literally one of the biggest lines we've ever had here at Fantasy Springs Resort.
And here are some highlights from it. From the onset, he was landing the overhand left. It's beautiful. That was well timed. That was from mid-range. You see a lot of heart from Padilla, occasionally pressing the younger, stronger man, but usually it was Magdaleno who was all over Padilla.
And Magdaleno's making his way over to our setup right here in front of the blue corner. Be joined by him briefly. The 23-year-old Marco Magdaleno improves to 4-0. Marco, you can breathe, man. Let's fix your microphone a little bit. There
we go.
How you feeling, man? 4-0.
I feel good, you know. Another win, another great experience, and I'm ready for more. Anything you guys throw my way, I'm ready to take it on.
How does this performance compare with the last time we saw you up in this ring? What's changed about you?
This time, I wasn't too happy about my performance, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I came in, wanted to stop the guy again, you know, but he was a tough guy, and he kept coming forward, kept fighting, and but we put on a great show for all the fans.
That might have been the matchmaker's lesson, is that you can't knock everybody out.
You can't knock everybody out, and I said that before.
So when you figure out that this guy is just going to be pesky, either because he's durable or elusive or a combination of both, what in your mind do you have? What kind of adjustments do you have to make to your game?
The kind of adjustments I have to be more relaxed, let him come to me, you know, and just pick the right shots.
And we're going to see some of the highlights coming your way. You made a nice entrance there. Look good, look good. Then the southpaw going up against a 37-year-old man who was able to withstand some of the pressure.
Oh, yeah. He was a tough guy. Caught him with an overhand, and, man, he was able to take that overhand very, very well. You know, he kept coming forward, kept fighting, and it was a great fight.
Before the 4th round, your corner was just letting you have it. Left ear, right here, Jose and Antonio were going after it, though. But it doesn't phase you, though, right? You heard that instruction.
Yeah, I heard them, and I try to do as best as I can to listen to them. And, you know, we still came out with the victory.
Hey, last thing before the commission takes you away, look at that camera. Let people know where they can get those shirts for Hayden.
Oh, for Hayden, you can contact me directly or my brothers, and we have a PayPal set up, so we'll send them to you guys, send them out to you guys.
So they should do that like through social media, maybe?
Through social media, yeah. And just let us know, and we'll send the shirts out your way.
There it is for Hayden Perry in Las Vegas right there. This guy
Hayden,
got the victory. He's now 4-0. We'll be back with more from Indio on Ring TV Live.